ಸರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್ ಇದು ಸರಿ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ
हेलो सर। हेलो सर। हेलो
हेलो सर। हेलो सर।
Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
No. हेलो सर।
ಅದನ್ನ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಕದ ಕಿಟಕಿ ಯಾರು ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿಡಬೇಡ ಭಾಷಣ ನಡೆದೈತಿ ಈಗ. ಹಲೋ
हेलो
ಹಲೋ
हेलो सर।
am I audible? Am I audible? Dr. Polampalli. Good afternoon, good evening.
हेलो सर।
Good evening.
Sir, is it audible, sir?
Yes, I am audible.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Is it audible, sir?
Yes, yes, it's audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, and my PPTs are visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Shall we proceed, sir?
Yes, Joshi.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, all. Myself, Dr. Ajay, first year PG scholar, Department of Kaya Chikitsa. Today we have a eminent person, Dr. Umesh V. Purath, sir, Principal and Professor, Department of Panchakarma, DGM Ayurvedic Medical College. I request Dr. Sridhar for guest introduction.
Thank you, Dr. Ajay Kumar Acharya. Myself, Dr. Sridhar Hiramat, first year PG scholar, Department of Kaya Chikitsa. It is a great pleasure for me to introduce our speaker, Dr. U.V. Purath, sir. Sir completed undergraduation and post-graduation from DGM Ayurvedic Medical College. Sir is having experience of 33 years in academic as well as Ayurveda practice. Sir special interest in field of Pakshagata, and sir has treated more than 50,000 patients of Pakshagata in last 2.5 decades. Sir has written book on Pakshagata in Kannada, Lakwa Shapavalla Mahadani. Sir presented many papers in national and international seminars. Sir interested in social service, served as a president of Rotary Club Gadag Betgeri and assistant governor of 3,170 Rotary districts. Sir is awarded as Madhava Vibhushana, Charakashri, Ayurveda Sanjeevani, Vaidya Ratna, Chalukya Vaidya Vidwan, and many more. At present, Dr. U.V. Purath, sir, working as principal professor in Department of Panchakarma at DGM Ayurvedic Medical College. Thank you. Now I make over to the Dr. Ajay Kumar Acharya.
Thank you, Dr. Sridhar. Now I request Dr. Umesh Purath, sir, to continue the session. Hello, sir. Is it audible, sir?
Yes, I am audible. I am audible.
Sir, please start the session.
Good evening, one and all. My pranamas to Parama Pujya Sriman Niranjana Pranavaswarupi Mahanta Swamiji and Param Pujya Sri Niranjana Pranavaswarupi Sri Guru Mahanta Swamiji, respected chairman, and all the management committee members of SV, MVV, Samsthe, and our beloved principal, Dr. K.C. Das, sir, Dr. Joshi, Dr. Yadavannavar, Dr. Venkatesh, and all the faculty members of the Department of Post Graduation, Kaya Chikitsa, and all the staff members of the college, all the participants of this webinar, seminar series, Kaya Chintana 2020. Once again, good evening, everybody. I am very much proud and happy. Dr. K.C. Das, sir, he is my well-wisher, good administrator. Last 2 decades, I know him personally. He is a close friend of Dr. Ashok Kumar Panda, my guru. When he was Dr. Ashok Kumar Panda, when he was in the DGM Ayurvedic Medical College, Gadag, Dr. Das sir used to come several times to Gadag to meet his friend Dr. Ashok Kumar Panda. At that time, I was very much inspired by Dr. K.C. Das sir. I'm able to work more in the field of Ayurveda. I'm too much happy. And also, I'm very much happy regarding Dr. K.C. Das sir, because he is one of the follower of our Basava philosophy. And also, I'm very much proud because last 2 decades, he belongs to Orissa. Even then, he is working in Karnataka and developing Ayurvedic Institute as a model. I once again thank to our beloved principal and staff and the committee members who they gave me an opportunity to share few my experience in this webinar series seminars. So as my topic is management of Pakshagata, of course, many Ayurvedic physicians we are treating Pakshagata. We are having our own line of treatment, but treatment is entirely different than the achieving optimum outcome in the management of Pakshagata. As last 2.5 decades, I'm treating many cases, but some cases will be taking treatment 8 days, some patients will be taking 1 month, 3 months, 2 months, or years together also, where we are following in all those cases, we have got our own experience in such condition to come out of the maximum disability of the disease. What are the protocols to be followed? Then only I would like to share such a practical experience other than the textual references. So, we are fighting against coronavirus, that is the COVID-19 crisis. It has made us to access many of the eminent speakers of whole nation. All Ayurvedic colleges are doing webinar-based seminars, and they're sharing their valuable experiences. It is also an opportunity to access such eminent speakers by to listen and to get more. I have learned so many things from the webinar series of lectures of different institutions have been conducted. GG Melmali Ayurvedic Medical College is one of the good old 4-decade institute in which last 3 decades we are working in the field of Ayurveda, the two Pakshagata. This is one of the biggest hospital in North Karnataka which takes care of the brain. It is called as best brain care center in this North Karnataka. As our SVMV Sangha College Ayurvedic Vijayamantesh Ayurvedic Medical College has taken initiation by Department of Post-Graduation Kaya Chikitsa. It is Kaya Chintan 2020. Yesterday only it has been inaugurated by our beloved principal of Hubli Ayurvedic College Principal Dr. A.S. Prashant sir has shared valuable thought, experience and his experiences in this webinar series after opening, inauguration, and the same topic I will continue, special reference to Pakshagata. As sir has been discussed and explained more things regarding the common Vata Vikaras, Nidanas, Samprapti, and common Chikitsa Sutra. In that, once again, I am explaining the same special reference to the Pakshagata. Pakshagata is already many renowned speakers have been in this topic. So, Pakshagata is one among the major diseases, which is the third leading cause for death. Heart attack, cancer, after then, many of the patients they used to die with the Pakshagata only. It is one among the Nanatmaja 80 Vikaras, the king of Vata Vikara. It makes, when the Pakshagata suffers, it makes a social, economical, mental burden on the family and the patient. So many families, they are suffering their economical problem because the person who is working in the family is going to better automatically. In fact, there is a lot of invention in the modern medical science for the diagnosis and prognosis. And also, there are so many investigations have been invented, like computed tomography, MRI, angiography, etc. In spite, many of the patients we are treating several treatment, but many of the patients suffers with a disability. Some of them some of them they are bedridden, some of them they are dependent, some of them they are dying. So it is a need. It is need to make the patient as much as possible come out of the disability and complications, because one of the most important complications in Pakshagata is severe spasticity, rigidity, and stiffness. So by that time, they are not able to perform the routine activity. Hence, we have to use different protocols to come out of the disease. It is the need of the hour where the patient is suffering with a chronic disabilities. Our ancestors have been contributed a lot, and also the modern medical science also invented more. As there are so many Chikitsa Sutras in Ayurveda. We are telling several line of treatments, Shodhana, Shamana, Apunurba Chikitsa, or different kinds of Panchakarmas. But in the modern science also, there are so many intensive care centers, intensive care units, and also special cares, control of risk factors, and control of the complications. And also, there are so many microsurgeries. But where it is to be adopted, where it is not, where Panchakarma helps, where Panchakarma won't help, where the patient is going to benefited with Ayurveda, where not. It is the discretionary, where we have to make approach as stepwise, because clinical understanding of the condition is very important in the management of Pakshagata. As we have to diagnose it in a proper way. After diagnosis, is it possible to treat or not? We have to see according to the clinical conditions. If the patient is not able to treat, if the prognosis is poor, patient may not recover. When you are making proper doshic dominances or the different typical causes, when properly diagnosed, then the proper treatment can help. So there are two kinds of treatment. We used to make the treatment as a routine. We used to have Abhyanga, Svedana, then Basti, Niruha, or Shama Chikitsa, so and so on. Routine treatment. Whereas special attention of the management of Pakshagata is very important, because there are so many Pakshagata cases in which they are having multi system origins. So multidisciplinary approach is also the need of the hour. So because where the ICU is managed, where the ICU care to be needed, where the Panchakarma is needed, where the risk factor is to be monitored, that is very important. It is one of the medical emergency. Casualty management is also important. So many cases, 100 cases we used to see, more than 25 to 30 patients, they are in semi-conscious state, they are in unconscious state, they are in coma state, in which they need emergency. They have to be admitted in casualty. They have to be stabilized, all the risk factors. It is also important management to prevent the complications. After stabilizing the risk factors, immediately storing to the Ayurvedic treatment plays an important role to achieve optimum outcome. What I would like to convey in this the talk is, if the patient comes for Ayurvedic treatment after 3 months, 4 months, it may not be used. The patient comes to Ayurvedic treatment as early as possible. The second day, third day, fourth day, depending upon the conditions, within a week or 2 weeks, or maximum within 1 month, the patient comes, the effect of Ayurveda will be very good, rather than the after 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. After 6 months, there is no role, as per my opinion. Even though it gives a partial effect may be seen. Hence, many of the patients, they are, so we should know our limitations, where we have to, where we can treat, where we can't. So when the patient is in mild, moderate condition, Ayurveda helps. Whereas in severe conditions, coma conditions, or complicated conditions, our limitations, we are not in that limitation. So they have to send to higher centers only. As it has been told in Ayurveda, so many Vata Vikaras are asadhya in nature. Daiva Yoga Susiddhiti, depending upon their fate, they are going to curing. We have to make a perception, we have to put a line of treatment. We should not assure them going to cure. This is Anumanena Kurvanti Vaidikam na pradnya. So this is very important when we are treating the case. So we have to take confidence of the patient very more. We have to convince the patient and parents, because to get rid of the disease, many of the patients are going to doctor, center to center, hospital to hospital. The morning when they are consulting one doctor, afternoon another doctor, evening they are going to centers. There are so many paralytic treatment centers, there are so many neurological centers, there are so many institutional centers where they used to go, and they are not having any such a time to take the confidence of the doctor of the institution. So we have to convince them what is the stage where the patient gets the complications, where not. So the typical convincing of the patient and treating very good, it gives a good result, because it is not a 1 day, 2 days treatment. The long-term treatment. We used to treat now. We used to treat for a month or 2 3 months. Will or not, I am having so many patients till now, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. They are coming for the follow-ups. Those are making proper follow-ups, and as well as the treatment protocols, because some of the chronic disease they need Panchakarma repeated courses. When we are advising the patient, sir, we have taken Panchakarma treatment. Of course, the repeated courses also helps to the patient. So hence, the role of the patient, very important. Patient and parents takes important role to achieve optimum outcome. And the patient puts confidence on you. Parents are giving support or they are encouraging us. Then automatically our line of treatment helps the patient. They will come out of the complications or disabilities. Hence, what I would like to convey, the Pakshagata is one of the Asavikara. In spite, among Vata 80 Vikaras, the major, the defect is in the brain, Mastishka, Mastulunga. So brain controls whole body. Right half the brain controls left of the body. Right half of the brain controls left of the body. Any defects in the right brain takes place, left of the half the body will be damaged or the dysfunction, and the left of the brain dysfunction. Automatically right half the body motor functions will be impaired. Hence, different parts of the lobes of the brain controls different part of the body organs. Hence, wherever effect there is in the brain, because brain is one of the important and very much 24 hours around the clock working system of the human being. So in which the brain is not having oxygen and the storing of oxygen or storing of the glucose, nutrients, it always gets every moment of contraction of the heart. So here what I would like to tell is every contraction of the heart, ejected blood goes 20% to the brain, 80% to the body. Hence, every moment there is a blood supply, nutrition, and as well as the glucose. When there is a disruption, when there is obstruction in the brain blood flowing or the nutrition deficiency, it is going to giving rise to symptoms. Those symptoms are of partial, those symptoms are of the acute, those symptoms are of more damages, because the brain vessels plays important role. Into the base of the brain, then goes to the artery, artery, so many branches there are going. Wherever the artery where they supply the blood, different part of the brain will be supplied with different parts of the brain. When the defect in the artery, an abrupt obstruction in the artery gives it known as obstruction, or we can call it as margavarnajanya or thromboembolic strokes, or due to high blood pressure, due to the rupture of the vessel, the blood oozes from the vessel inside the brain, giving rise to a suppression of the brain cells. Automatically, there will also be the stroke takes place. Those are called as hemorrhagic strokes. So, thromboembolic strokes and hemorrhagic strokes are commonly seen. Hence, in this, the brain, the vessels plays important role. So, there is hence it is being called as, previously we used to call it as paralysis. Then we have called it as stroke. Then it has been called as acute cerebrovascular accident, CVA. CVA syndromes now that we are calling it as. So, which artery blocks? Pakshagata means only weakness of right upper lower limb, not only the right upper or left upper lower limb. It may loss of vision, it may loss of speech, it may ataxia, it may so many symptoms depending on the brain part. When there is disruption, automatically the symptoms will be seen. So hence, so the brain artery plays important role. So hence, the knowledge of brain issue and its controlling centers and its functions, and supply of which artery, then there is a major artery or minor artery or multiple arteries. When they are obstructed, they are going to causing such a symptom. So hence it is called a cerebrovascular accident, called the Margavaranjana. There are so many the common nidhanas. Common nidhanas, what we used to tell, Lokshishita, Lagwan, Vivayate, Vijagra, we are telling so many. Of course, we are telling the Vata nidhanas. There are so many nidhanas, common nidhanas. There is no specific nidhana for Pakshagata. Of course, the common what we used to see is the in the market also, there is no specific nidhanas. If you see 100 cases of Pakshagata, there are maximum number of patients belong with the suffering the hypertension. If we see 100 patients of Pakshagata, maybe of 60% of the patients have diabetes. Some of them they are having atherosclerosis. When we should take the history of patient, then there may be some smoking history, there may be alcoholic history, heart disease history, so on. There goes on, so on. There are so many risk factors. They take role in evaluate the Pakshagata. So hence hypertension, diabetes, atherosclerosis changes, smoking, as well as alcohol consumption, more alcohol consumption, heart diseases, they are having the major risk factors. Means that all hypertensives are not getting the stroke. All diabetes may not getting the stroke. All smokers may not get the stroke. But many of them they are supposed to get the stroke. Hence, whenever the Pakshagata patient comes, we have to see, we have to evaluate. The first thing is he hypertension, is he diabetes, is he atherosclerosis changes, and smoking history, alcoholic history, any heart disease history, etc. We have to take a proper history taking, then we can come to a conclusion. Then second thing is the very much important is clinical examination and evaluation. Very important. Whenever a patient comes to OPD, how much old it was, it is, or it was, means the Pakshagata case comes one day, first immediate attack of the patient we used to get. Because it is a renowned institute. The patient or the parents or the neighbors, they will assess, oh, he is going to get in the stroke. So we have to shift him to the nearest stroke center. There is a Gadak center, we have to shift. Like that, they are immediately without going to other centers, they will rush to Ayurvedic centers. And if it is an acute onset, some of them they used to go to higher centers or specialty centers. They will go and they will get all the investigations get done, and they will report to the Ayurvedic hospital. And also some of the patient, they will take the treatment in modern treatment, Ayurveda treatment, they will come to next another center of Ayurveda. So whatever it may be, the exam is very important. How long, how old it is. Is it an acute? Is it a chronic? If it is a chronic, how month it is chronic, how days it is chronic. The important examination factors we have to see. Whenever the Pakshagata patient comes with us, when we take the proper history and the complete the analysis, when we are counseling the properly the patient and parents and observing all the reports, so we have to come to a conclusion. Doshik dominancy means, is it Vata Pradhana, Vata Pitta Pradhana, Vata Kapha Pradhana. So what we used to call it Shuddha Vata Janya, Samsarga Janya, or we used to call them Vata Pitta Janya, Dhatukshay Janya, Margavana Janya. When we used to take all the examinations, they used to give the dominant symptoms, Doshik dominancy. We used to see some of them patients are having the Krasha, Durbala, or the Vata Lakshnas dominating. Shuddha Vata Janya may be there, or Dhatukshay Janya may be there. Some of them obese, some of them stout, some of them the Kapha Lakshnas, So like that, when the patient comes in acute attack, severe perspiration on the scalp, severe headache, vomiting, and the patient's lalasrava, praseka, there could be Vata Pitta Janya Pakshagata. So that is very important. Doshik dominance we have to observe when the clinical examination we are doing. then according to the clinical diagnosis, we have to make, because there are typical cases of strokes, pakshagatas. So, Margavarana pakshagata, Dhatu Kshayajanya pakshagata, Samskrita pakshagata. So, in which, so there could be thromboembolic strokes, or there could be hemorrhagic stroke. Thromboembolic and hemorrhagic stroke clinically diagnosed very difficult. Of course, by the clinical evaluation of the patient, very important. An acute onset, sudden headache, sudden loss of function, severe perspiration, vomiting, that could be a Vata Pitta pakshagata, it could be a intraseptal hemorrhage ICH. Whereas some patients, they will having some dysarthria, numbness in half of the body, or radiating pain, or some they are ataxic. First day, second day, it is going to increasing. Third day is going to taking the bread. Slow onset. So thromboembolic strokes will be the clue for the clinical diagnosis. In spite clinical evaluation as well as the dosic dominancy, so we must be dependent on lab investigation also. There are so many. Blood picture gives important the informations like the CBC, hemoglobin percentage. Some other patients used to, I have seen several cases, the lack of hemoglobin also cause for the pakshagata. I said 2 gram, 3 gram, 4 gram of hemoglobin deficiency stroke. And the serological examinations, biochemical analysis, they helps. The ratio of the glucose level in the blood. So hypoglycemia, hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemia, 200, 300, 400, I have seen 500, more than 500 blood also, pakshagata. So like that, there are so many HbCG, HIV, or etc. The lab investigation helps us to diagnose the hypercholesteremia, because atherosclerotic changes could be the cause for high cholesterol in the blood, also gives the information. Most important diagnosis, we should be dependent on computed tomography. Computed tomography is one of the important tool in the modern medical science, which gives information of the stroke, means especially is it a thrombotic stroke or hemorrhagic stroke. The basic investigation is a computed tomography of the brain. Whereas advanced technology, advanced the diagnosis tool is magnetic resonance image, MRI, plays very important role in seeing the area where it has been damaged, the brain. Means it gives clear picture of area where the thromboembolus has been taken place, how much area has been swollen, how much area has been blood oozed. So the size, shape, and place where the damage have been taken place. In addition to that, we are having so many investigation like angiography, the cerebral angiography, or carotid Doppler studies, or EEG. They also help. ECG also they help to evaluate the cardiovascular problem like the embolic strokes, especially the aortic stenosis, aortic regurgitation, mitral stenosis. Also, the first patient get the strokes, and post the coronary artery bypass surgeries or stent post surgery, post stent complications, they used to get the strokes. So, which ECG plays important role. Like that, computer tomography, MRI, angiography, or carotid Doppler study, or the complete the EEG also plays important role to diagnose the cause and the damage where the area, because it is very important to come to a conclusion where the area has been damaged, how it is being damaged. Because we used to have as commonly seen the cerebral cortex infarction. Maximum patients we used to see the infarction in the middle cerebral artery. Some of the cases they used to have midbrain infarction, hindbrain infarction, pons infarction, cerebellum infarction, middle oblongata infarction, the hemorrhagic. I used to show my medical the patients the information in the next slide. So for that basic knowledge very important. So her to know all these investigation in detail. As the pakshagata is one of the multiple system involvement. It's not only nervous system, brain and spinal cord. Many cases they are having cardiovascular problems. Many cases they are having cardiovascular problems. Many cases they are having respiratory problems. Post Pakshagata, they used to have respiratory pneumonia. Patient is not dying due to the Pakshagata. Pneumonia takes place, severe pneumonia will be the cause of the death. Some of the condition. Some of the condition, cardiovascular problem. Some of the condition, the urinary system may be the cause. It is damaged. So like that, respiratory system, cardiovascular system, nervous system, urinary system, multiple systems are going to take place as a complication. So we have to very much the attentive to attend such all complications. Then we can stable the complication as well as we may make a typical line treatment to come out the maximum disability. As it has been, we have got to classify major classification because I would like to tell only the practical aspects. I don't want to tell all these our slokas because there you know all the slokas of Vatavedi, all the slokas of Panchakarma, all the slokas of the Masticka Chikitsa, or all the slokas of the Samanya Pakshaka Chikitsa, Vishesh Pakshaka Chikitsa. But classification is very important. So the classification as Shastrokta, Margavana Janya, Vata Pitta Janya, Vata Kapha Janya, Dhatuksha Janya. So Margavarna means Margasya Avaranena. So here there may be a clot. We can correlate with a clot, thrombotic stroke or embolic stroke. Thromboembolic stroke may be correlated with Margavarna Janya. They could be of Vata Kapha Pradhana Janya. There are maximum 100 patients Pakshagata we used to see more than 70% of the cases belonging to thromboembolic stroke. In which thromboembolic all may not be the complete stroke. They primarily develop ischemia. Then they go into infarct. Those infarct means left of a nervous system could be the lacunar, smaller or small vessels, or multiple vessels, or massive major vessels. This is very important in assessing the classification. Minor the damage, younger the age, very faster the recovery. Moderate the damage, older the age, very takes time to recover. Whereas older the age, major the damage, bigger the area where the brain have been damaged, the prognosis is very poor. So this is very attentively you have to observe all these conditions, thrombotic or embolic strokes, either ischemic conditions, the clinical features they are giving only the numbness, heaviness, mild weakness, or sort of dysarthric conditions. Whereas in fact, complete infarct, complete block, it is going to give rise to complete loss. Upper limb or lower limb. Some in some of the part where the artery blocked, the middle cerebral artery, partial artery if it is blocked, only lower limb may be affected. Whereas upper limb center, it is blocked automatically, it is going to give the upper limb is no monoplegia, monoparalysis. Quadriplegia, quadriparalysis. Hemiplegia, hemiplegia, hemiparalysis. Depending upon the area of the artery block, gives rise to a lacunar infarct, multiple infarct, or massive infarct. Lacunar means smaller the clot, thromboembolus, goes and blocks, smaller the symptoms. Multiple infarct, multiple symptoms. Then massive, bigger the artery like middle cerebral artery block, major the artery block, gives rise to a severe symptoms, massive damages, gives rise to patient into unconscious state. Coma state can also be seen. Now the condition, patient may die within 24 hours to 48 hours. So this is called as thromboembolic stroke or Vata Kapha Pakshagata. Whereas Vata Pitta Pakshagata, we can correlate with the ICH, intracerebral hemorrhage. Due to high blood pressure, many of the patients, cerebral artery breaks open and opened artery oozes the blood. Oozed blood is going to give rise to compression of the nervous system and gives rise to symptom of Pakshagata. Whereas Dhatu Pakshagata, we used to see that so many Dhatu means to be Rasakshaya, Rakshaya, Majjakshaya, all we used to see. So Rasakshaya means what? There will be nutritional deficiency or the water deficiency. The patient is old age, having 3-4 times loose motion or vomiting. immediately may get the stroke. This could be rasakshya. We have, instead of doing panchakarma there, we have to compensate the fluids. Like that, there is a severe anemia. I've seen more than 10, 12 cases, severe anemia. In such conditions, they used to get the stroke. And in such condition, you have increased number rather than the other panchakarma, mastika, chikisa. So, dhatu ksha is there. We have to elevate that dhatu, then the patient will come out of the complication. Diagnosis, once again, you have to observe on Upasthapitavada, means Avarna, which dosha is Avarna and Avarna. We have to assess it clinically and we have to make the appropriate treatment. And is it a samsargaja, Vata Pittajana, Vata Pavajana, Shuddha Vata. And very important is multiple complications of Pakshagata. When they report to the OPD, it's having severe pneumonia, high degree fever, urinary infection, or some of the patients they used to come with the severe epileptic seizures, and some of the patients they used to come with dyspnea, swelling in the both the lower limb, like multiple complications. When the Pakshagata is there, they are not coming for the Pakshagata treatment, they are coming for the Pakshagata complications. So Pakshagata complications may be fractures, bed sores, or many more. Those complications first to be given for the diagnosis of not Pakshagata. Pakshagata is clinically assessed when we are observing the case Pakshagata. But the complications are there. The complication treatment plays important role than the Pakshagata. We have to make all these complications settle, then we have to go for Panchakarma. The patient is having multiple bed sores. When you are doing Panchakarma, the patient is going to worsening the condition. He is infecting more, he is getting fever, and the bed is increasing. Patient may go into the infection more, automatic toxic condition. Patient may die because of bed sores also. Hence, the diagnosis is one of the important where the progress also plays important. Worst prognostic conditions, they may not recover. They may die also. But minor, moderate, or severe. What we have to come to a conclusion, lesser the damage, younger the age, very good. Moderate the damage, younger the age, they also recover. Whereas the older the age, bigger the damage, having multiple complications and risk factors, prognosis is very poor. You have to assess it in clinical evaluation, then we have to, where we stand. Is it possible to cure or is it possible to treat? How long it can be treated? So it is going to, we are going to come to a conclusion. Then I'll come to the management. It depends on the causes, damage, and prognosis. Yes, there's so many. There are so many treatments are there, but where it is, it depends on the cause and damage and prognosis. Cause is less. So there are so many patients they used to have more consumed alcohol patients they used to come. The causative factor inside the stomach or the blood, there is a more triggering of the platelet in which the patient is going worsening the conditions. It is giving rise to maximum damage. So hence the patient goes into bad prognosis. So hence the depends on the cause, depends on the risk factors. So that is what we have to do. The smaller the conditions, the general treatment of Vasa Vyadhis, Snehanam, Vedanam, or Pakshagata, the role of variation is very limited. Whereas many of the patients, the patient is lean, sick, or the pradhana, that condition, if you use the Rajana, there is going to give you complications. Like Snehana, Svedana, Basti, or Shamana, Shodhana, etc. Very important. We are practicing several kinds of Snehanas. So in which Siddha Vatajanya Pakshagata or Vata Vatajanya Pakshagata, in which Shiravala Taila, Dhanvantara Taila, Mahanana Taila, Ishtimu Taila, Ashwagandha Lakshal Taila may be made for the Bhai Parman Chikitsa. Whereas Svedana where it is indicated, Sarvang Svedana, Ekanta Svedana, Bashpa Svedana, Adi Svedana, Shashtikshara Svedana. Different applications very important. And Shodhana, where Virechana, where not, very important. In Margavana Pakshagata, important role is Virechana. Whereas in Sikshravajana Pakshagata, Basti is very important. Whereas in some other Chijan Pakshagata, which plays important role. So like that, there are specific Shodhana Chikisa plays important role. And Mastishka Chikisa, especially Shiropichu, Shirobhyanga, Shirobasti, Shirodhara, it plays important role. So hence, Shamana Chikisa also play, also to be, we are recommending so many doctors that Ekangulisa, Bratva, Chintamarisa, Maharashtra, more we are training, but Avastharisa Chikisa very important. Then concentration towards risk factor, very important. Common language, no, every Ayurvedic physician, no. Benga, Svedana, or Virechana, or Basti, or Nasha, or sort of Soshidi, or sort of Kashayas, or sort of yoga, the Rasorana Kalpa, we used to. But we must concentrate towards this factor. Very, very important is his BP should be controlled, don't worry about the immediate control over the BP, because it has to come slowly. And we have to control diabetes also. So we need the modern medical science help, because as per my opinion, in severe and moderate condition, moderate to severe condition of hypertension, diabetes, the Ayurvedic drugs may not work in such condition. We are taking the cross opinion and we are following the directions of the modern medical science. So hence stabilization of the risk factor is very important. Prevention of progress of the diabetes is very important, because there are so many conditions in which the thromboembolic phenomena goes on increasing pressure of the blood. Platelet clearing factor should be stabilized by giving also once again not the opinion and the direction of antiplatelet reagents. And very important is prevention of complications. When acute stroke comes, there may be a seizures, there may be pneumonia, there may be a bed sores, very important. We should not create such complications. So we have to take care of it. And so once the complication takes place, it is very difficult to come out of the complication, and then we have to go in for the Pakshaka treatment. It is taking a lot of time to come out of the maximum outcome. Very important in Pakshagata treatment is Chikitsa Sutra is 3 B's: back, bladder, bowel. Very important. Back of the patient, because after an acute damage, the long standing sleeping over the bed due to the pressure of the body, there will be a damage over the skin, and the skin loses its strength, and due to that there may be sores, bed sores. So once the bed sore starts, it is going to infecting, and the second extending the wounds more, and complications will be very worst. Bed sores are the worst complications. Bowel is very commonly seen, because many of the old patients, old age, they are having constipation. After stroke, 1 week, 2 weeks, they may not have the deficiency. So for that, we have to make a repeated Matravasti or Navasanavasti or Protoglycinema may be given, or laxatives like Gandharvasthada Kashaya, like Anuloma Churna, or like Haritiki Churna, or like Zabagol powder may be given direct every day at the night at bedtime. Hence, we are making the bowel to be cleared. The last important is bladder. Many of the Pakshagata cases, they are supposed to get the incontinence of the urine. Some of the patients, they get the retention of the urine. Retention is there, immediately you have to make catheterization, immediately you have to put the catheter and you have to drain the urine. Otherwise, it may have complications. Whereas some of the cases, they used to have incontinence, they may immediately develop the bed sores. So we have to avoid bed sores to you have to put the catheterization or incontinence. Black, bladder, bowel is very important. Commonest classification in which avyakta lakshanam ururupam in Vatavadi. Many of the vikaras are not having any puru lakshanas, avyakta lakshanam. So in Pakshagata, many of the patients come with a TIA, transient ischemic attack. It is a partial and a very temporary block in the cerebral artery that causes ischemia. Ischemia means there is a lack of blood supply to the brain tissue. A sudden onset of a clot in the brain gives rise to ischemic conditions by which the symptoms will, group of symptoms will be seen. After a few seconds to few minutes, that clot dissolves. Dissolved clot going to dissolved clot, once again the rushes
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
I'm audible.
Yes, yes, audible, sir.
Sorry for the interruption.
Okay,
Because
sir.
of internet failure, but not able to communicate.
Okay, okay, sir.
Shall I take another 10, 15 minutes?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Continue.
So, TIA are the commonest early symptoms of the stroke. It happens when the blood is not supplied to the brain, it is blocked in the artery. It is a sudden onset with a numbness and weakness one side of the body. Of the some of the conditions they get the dysarthria or loss of function. After few seconds or few minutes, once again they regain the functions. Like repeated attacks, they're called as TIA. TIA may not be the stroke, but many of TIAs convert into stroke. So when the patient comes with the TIA, it's very important. You have to see the person. Is he suffering from hypertension, diabetes, hyperlipidemia? All these risk factors to be observed, even though he is not having any signs and symptoms. He's explaining, sir, when I'm staying in the house, suddenly I got this problem. Once they have been made a massage over me, massage on the body, and they have given Madhudaka or they have given the Ardhaka Swarsa, Lakshmana Swarsa. Once again, I regained the function, sir. Like 2 attacks I got. Now I am all right, sir. The telling, of course, even though he is all right, he is to be evaluated for all these risk factors. And the risk factors will be controlled. Then especially we are using on all these risk factors condition, the TIAs on the Vata Kafajanya Pakshagata, Ashwagandha, Vacha, Brahmi, Arjuna, Yashtimadu in equal quantity. They made a powder, they have to be given in the Anupana of Madhu and Adraka Swarasa or Dubda, where Vata Pradhanajanya, Dubda. Sorry, Vata Kafajanya, diabetes with obesity, Dubda, and Vata Kafajanya, Ardhaka Swarasa, and the Madhu. Some of them, Madhu plays important role. So, Ardhaka Swarasa or Madhu, Anupana, the children has very wonderful role in acute.
Yes, visible, sir.
Yes, Ardhaka Swarasa and Madhu, Vata Kafatmaka Pakshagata. Whereas Dugdha may be of diabetes in conditions. And Brihatvat Chintamani Rasa, gold preparation also plays important role Vata Kafajanya and TIA conditions. Half daily for 15 days to 1 month. In such conditions, patient already regained the normal function, no need of panchakarma, but very important psychological assurance because they used to have more depressed in such conditions. You have to give confidence and you have to make assure them to come out of this condition. Whereas Margavarana Pakshagata means embolic condition. Once again, the line treatment same. Control of risk factors, Bahiparimarjan Chikitsa plays important role. There is Sarvanga Abhyanga with different oils are there. We have to choose the oil where Shuddha Vatajanya, Vata Kafajanya, Vata Pittajanya. Shuddha Vatajanya, Kshira Balataila, Balataila, very good. Whereas Dhatu Kshayajanya, Ashwagandha Balalakshataila, Ashwantaila. Whereas Vata Pittajanya, Pakshagatas, in which Estimalataila or the Kshirabala Daila or Manjishta there we are using. So in addition to that, so Sarvanga Abhyanga, Sarvanga Svedana, Nadi Sveda and Bhashpa Sveda. So this is also what we are routinely working. Parisheka we are practicing very in all the Pakshagata cases. The Shumula Kashaya Parisheka, Trifla Kashaya Parisheka plays important role. In so many conditions, Samavastha, Parisheka acts as Niramavastha. They make Niramikrana. And as well as the spasticity, rigidity, where the chronic strokes, spasticity there, rigidity is there, the fingers have been flexed in such condition, Parisheka plays very important role. In Vata Kavajanya Pakshagata, stout, diabetes in condition, instead of Abhyanga, we can do Udvartana. And Vata Pittajanya, Vata Kavajanya, Suddhavadajanya, Shirobasti, Shirodhara, Puchu, Shirabhyanga, important. So in all the Pakshagata cases, Mudrechana, with Snehukta Rechana, and Basti, especially the Shimon Kashaya Basti, Mustadi Apana Basti, and especially the Eshtimadukshir Sadati Basti plays important. Nashya Karma, whereas the other Kshayajanya, Shirabala 101, Nashya Dhanvantram Taila 101. So we are routinely practicing a course of Nashya. And whereas important in Vata Kavajanya Pakshagata, Ekanga Virasa, Brihadvata Chintamani Rasa, Yogendra Rasa, the Rasaushadis also plays very important role. Whereas in acute stroke, Rasaraja Rasa, Brihadvata Chintamani, whereas chronic stroke, Yogendra Rasa. Whereas Shula, then the dosha Sanchaya in such condition, Asana Eranda de Kashaya, Ashtavarga Kashaya plays important. Whereas simple Manjishta, Sariva, Haridra, Daru Haridra, a decoction. Vata Pittajanya Pakshagata, Daksha, Kalamega, Vacha, Pativisha, Patuki Kashaya, may helps. Very simple, very simple. We can prepare the decoction, we can give to the patient in Vata Kavajanya Pakshagata or Margavanajanya Pakshagata. This is what we used to see the multiple infarct and smaller infarct, bigger infarct. Bigger the infarct, bigger the damage. Smaller the infarct, smaller the damage. Whereas the third picture shows maximum damage, which is going to giving us complications. Then second is classification is Vata Paitika Janya Pakshagata, ICH, intracerebral hemorrhage. Intracerebral hemorrhage caused by bleeding within the brain tissue because of high blood pressure or because of other causes of the vessels. It is going to giving it a opening of the vessels inside the brain, and it goes on oozing the blood. It is one of the life-threatening type of the stroke, where the brain is deprived of oxygen and blood supply. It is commonly caused by hypertension, arterial malformation, head injuries, blood thinner continuously taking, rupture of aneurysms, bleeding disease are commonly seen in the ICH. In which in acute symptoms we used to see Shirashula, high severe headache. Some of the patients praseka, chardi, vomiting, confusion status. Then half of the body is going to loss of function or sudden weakness and numbness, right half of the body and left half of the body. Some of the patient they goes into unconscious also. And saying the confirmation is made by computed tomography, MRI, and as well as angiography, etc. So totally what we have to come to the conclusion is prognosis of the recovery, milder the damage, moderate the damage, acute damage prognosis very poor. Mild to moderate, they recover the conditions. So once again, my topic actually today is I would like to share because it's a big and vast topic. So we need 1 hour class for each topics. Today I would like to share only intracerebral hemorrhage, strokes, and its management. It is medical emergency where the major damage they used to get admitted in ICU, stabilize the risk factors, prevention of the complications. Then so commonly we used to have in Ayurvedic immediately over to Ayurveda, Chuta Sekarasa, half BD or 1 BD, Rasaraja Rasa, Mahamanjishtari Kashaya as a Sevana Chikisa in intracerebral hemorrhage and acute onset. Shodhana Chikisa, Mrudu Abhyanga, Mrudu Svedana, because the Mrudu Abhyanga only helps, but no Mastishka Chikisa in intracerebral hemorrhage. If you do Mastishka Chikisa like Shirodhara, Shirobasti, some of the patient they get the seizures, some of the patient gets the severe headache, they get the fever. So hence, instead of giving Mastishka, we can, even though we want to give Mastishka Chikisa, Shita Jala Parisheka, Kshiradhara Parisheka, Ardhara, Takradhara, Kshira Siddha, Niruhavasti, very important. Last about 2 years we are practicing very successfully with Kshira Siddha Niruhavasti. We are practicing Yashti Madhu Kshira Niruhavasti. St. Madhu and Kshira made Nirohabasti, and it will be administered. And along with it, St. Madhu Anuvasana. How it works, I don't know, but many of the patients, they are resolving their hematoma after giving a course, 2 course, 3 course. And these are where the mild to moderate hematomas. But the bigger the hematoma, which has been herniated, it is going to compress in the other side of the brain. In such condition, surgical management also plays important role. They are doing different kinds of surgeries, burhole operation. They are sucking the blood from the brain. And some of the patients they used to make hemicraniotomy. They are doing so. Those surgery also they prevent their life, and they are preventing the complications. And in addition to that, Pakshagata Association, so Sandhivata, Amavata, there are so many Pakshagata, old age. They used to have Sandhivata, Amavata, Pandu, dehydration, COX, HIV, HVACG, post-delivery stroke, IHD, CCFs, seizures, and post-cardiac surgeries, post-hemicranic surgery. Such so many complications with the Pakshagatas are coming. So I need once again the one hour to explain everything. So dehydration, Pakshagata, how it is to be treated. But these are to be considered in our mind. So such conditions, complications also be treated, then Pakshagata line treatment is treated. Some few patients' pictures I would like to share because they are all having in video clips due to not available the running of these video clips in the Zoom apps. So I have made it into photographies. It's a very important case of hemorrhage, massive hemorrhage. Patient was in coma state for 50 days, and he came and admitted with a bad prognosis. We started him with a Nirobasti. So we started the Shaman Chikisa through the Royal Stove. Believe or not, after putting 8 days of Royal Stove Ayurvedic medicine, patient got conscious. After conscious, patient started Abhyanga, and along with that, we have given Basti in his room itself. What I told you the previously, Niruhabasti with St. Madhu Kshira Siddha, Kashaya, Anuvasana Basti with Erandamula, sorry, St. Madhu Thailam. So we have given 8 days. The patient started moving the arms, and then we have repeatedly did once in 15 days of 8 the course of Bastis. So patient after 1.5 months, she able to sit in. You can see the third slide. He able to sit on the table, and he is able to lift his hand on. Once again, the third course of Basti, patient started to walking. Now completely patient recovered, and now he is doing routine work. It's very, very important. The risk task we have taken, we have started our routine. And what I would like to tell is, convey is, don't afraid when the patient is willingly come to Ayurveda. You must have a confidence on your science and as well as your treatment protocols. Go on treating, you'll get the success. It has been told by the specialty clinic or the hospital, she will not survive because the multiple complications are there. So go and treat in the house. They have had the confidence in Ayurveda. They get admitted, and they completely, now he's routinely doing, he's a business person. He's selling the coconuts. So the fruits, she is now completely performing his routine work. This is another case. This is who has admitted with the intestinal hemorrhage, having severe loss of speech and as well as the right upper lower limb. And we once again we have given 3 courses of Bastis. After 2 courses, able to stand and walk, and after 3 courses, patient completely dependent, is not dependent. So this is second thing. What second case? This is the different. The another case, patient came. Many of the patients they come with the Royal tube feeding along with the complications. In spite we are administering Ayurvedic drug through the Royal tube itself. In spite the patient is in Royal tube, we are putting Panchakarma treatment, and then patient is going to go on resolving the hematomas. How they are resolving? They are coming out of all these complications. They are once we are removing the Royal tube and catheters, patient is the patient is stabilizing all the risk factors, patient coming out of the complications. So this is third case. This is another very interesting and very peculiar case, very rare case to see. One patient has admitted about 8 months back. Before that, he was admitted in multi-specialty hospital for 3 months. What is his problem is severe dyspnea. Along with that, patient went into coma. When MRI did, his medulla oblongata has got massive bleed. With that, he went into severe dyspnea, and immediately ICU they did, and then they have made they tried their level best to put the ICU. It is not win. Then they have made tracheostomy. They put in the tracheostomy tube. In spite there is no feeding, then they have put the peg on the abdomen to put the food and medicines. Whereas the patient has taken with the peg and other treatment, patient got the conscious after 3 months. Once again, they got admitted in our hospital. Patient was in semi-conscious state. We started IV treatment through the Royal's tube, and after the medicine effect, the patient got some sort of improvement, conscious, and he is able to walk, but not able to swallow through the mouth. So believe or not, the repeated courses of Basti along with Guru Abhyanga and Svedana Shamana Chikitsa, patient started to feed through the mouth. But in that time, we had taken the opinion of the ENT surgeon. First time when we sent him for consultation, he did laryngoscope, the complete palsy of epiglottis, she's not able to recover. After the 2-3 courses of the our IV treatment, then we sent him back to the second consultation. Our ENT surgeon given opinion that half of the epiglottis now working. While he is drinking the food or the medicine, he has to change his position like this, and he has to swallow. He started to make, and once again, rest of the half of the epiglottis completely recovered after 8 months now. Now he is in the last 8 months. About 1 month, about 20 days back only he came for follow-up. He has removed his peg, and the ulcer has been healed. Now he started to taking the food. Now it is how the medulla oblongata hemorrhages cases can also be successfully treated in Ayurveda. This is my of 30 years experience. This is a very specific case which have been treated very successfully. Like that, the different kinds of hemorrhagic strokes, they came in semi-conscious state. After giving Basti and Shaman Chikitsa, they're able to walk, and they perform their routine duties. Like that, there are many number of the cases are there. So I don't want to take much of your time. Many of them may be bored. I would like to come to a conclusion. Things are the complications and its management is very important. All the Pakshagata cases, they may get the pneumonia, they get the spasticity, they get the speezers, they get the fractures. While walking, they used to fall down, they used to have a fractures. So we have to train the patients, and we have to avoid by taking care of bed by black, so we can avoid the complication of bed sores. These are the common complications we should avoid. Then only the patient will come out of the disabilities. Very important is rehabilitation. We have to restore his physical and mental health. Very important is positioning post-stroke. Patients to be kept in a supine position, not flexing of the joints. Almost all the joints should be straight, made all the fingers to be made straight, putting the weight over the different joints, the sand buckets or any weight over the joints. And we have to, very important is education of patient and parents. So we have to educate, because otherwise they will not follow. When we are educating properly, patient and parents, they follow our directions in the house, definitely they will come out all their disabilities. Psychological support is very important. We should not suppress them. We have to encourage them. No, you are going to come out of these all complications. There are so many treatment in Ayurveda. There are so many procedures out there. You have to have a positive attitude. You are coming out of it when you are psychologically supporting, which also helps to come out of the disability. And very much important is joint care. Many of the patients, they develop spasticity. So to avoid the spasticity, so passive movement of the joint repeatedly to be done. It is to be given direction to the patient and parents. I would like to conclude with the few topics. Is there is a team effort. It's not only a Purad doctor or any other doctor is doing the miracle. The role of physician is very important. We have to assess the cause, damage, prognosis, treat accordingly. Then the role of nurses, nursing staff, appropriate line treatment when we are advising, they have to perform it. Role of physiotherapist. Physiotherapy also plays important role of passive movements of different joints. Panchakarma therapies. So different kinds of therapy in a proper way. Different kinds of either it could be Shastikisha Arpinda Sweda, Parisheka, Abhyanga, Sweda, Mastishkisha, or Anupana Anuvasana Nirobasti. Are they administering proper way or not? Is the drug properly entered or not? So how much time it has been taken? The Panchakarma therapist also plays important. Then speech therapist role, psychotherapist role, patient and these are all the multidisciplinary approach helps. Foremost, last important is patient and parents. Patient should be always positive. Parents should have to cooperate and cope up for the economical conditions as well as the taking care of the humanity basic. Then only patient will come out of all these complications. Then before going to conclude, I would like to thank once again the organizer giving me an opportunity to share some practical experience with you. My conclusion messages are a proper diagnosis on acute, chronic, and to chronic. An acute to chronic may use, but the chronic strokes means after 6 months, very difficult to make them risk factors to control to come out of the resilience spasticity. Very much important is all the risk factors must be controlled properly. As early as possible, Ayurvedic treatment should be started, and rehabilitation system should be encouraged. And very important is educating the patient and parents, in which I wrote a book on Pakshagata prevention and as well as the curation. Rada, Paksha, and the Lakwa Shapavalla. The book, the reading by the parents and patients, they will start their activities and they will come out of all these complications. Educating the patient and parents also very important. So with this, once again, I thank the organizer giving me an opportunity for sharing my practical experience I have taken. Sorry for I have taken more than 15 minutes to explain everything. So sorry in interruption, in the middle for interruption. So I thank the Dr. K.C. Das sir and all the management committee members and as well as the faculty of Ayurveda post graduation Kai Chikitsa. I thank one and all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, some question is asked by participants. Is it audible, sir?
Yes, yes, I'm audible.
Sir, first question is important of Agni Chikitsa in Pakshagata, sir.
Yes, I used to practice previously. There are some centers are there. I have seen 3-4 cases. There are centers where they used to put the iron rods into a fire and they used to put in typical muscles and ligaments. It is also having role. I practiced also the Swarna Shalaka Agni Karma, Rajata Shalaka Agni Karma, and the Loha Shalaka Agni Karma. I did all these things. But the thing is, it is going to giving stimulation, not a permanent. Especially it acts only in the acute conditions, not in chronic conditions. So it can be practiced, but it's not complete treatment. It's a partial.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, next question.
Yes.
How to approach Pakshagata in young age with Stula Kaya?
Yes. So Pakshagat once again, Stula Kaya are the very Kashtasadhya. Until and unless their weight is to be reduced, it is very difficult to make them correct. So what I am telling them is Madhudaka means Madhu plus Sukoshna Jala means the Tapta Jala. One, I'm telling every day morning they have to drink. Second thing is Udvartana. Udvartana with Kotam Chukade Tela, Kola Kotam Chukade Churna, Kola Palatari Churna. The third important is Rukshas Vedana in Staulakaya. No, district Bengas, Rukshana Chiksa, Rukshana Svedana, Shodana plays important role. You can give also Sadhurechana. You can give Rukshana Pastis, and you can give many of the magics like Udvatana, Rukshasvedana. So they helps one. Second thing is internal. I'm telling, I'm using Medohara Udangadilloha or Medohara Gugulu or Navaka Gugulu 2 AD with Varunadi Kashaya as treatment for Saulya, and as well as the Pakshagata treatment goes on. Instead, in Saulya, Snehadravyas like Anuvasarvasti or Mahastishka Chikisa or other the Abhyanga or the Sneha Chikisa to be avoided. So then when you give Chikisa, Dekanavasti, very wonderful work. Dekanavasti, especially Nirodhavasti. Some of the cases they are adding Gomutra in it. It is going to maintain Krishna and his weight is going to reduce.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, one more question is there. What are the medication for medulla oblongata bleeding? What are the medication for medulla oblongata bleeding?
This is what I told you, multiple complications, multiple system involvement disease. There is no specific treatment. I told a common line treatment for ICH. So I told Pitta Hara Yogas. So Pitta Shamana Yogas like Swarna Sutta Sekara, Vedic, or Kamadugar Yoga, but in which estimate is important. Not only medulla oblongata, in all the hemorrhagic strokes we are practicing. But in addition to this, Manjishtari Kashaya, Mahamanjishtari Kashaya plays important. Shitala Prasheka, Shitala Chikisas are plays important.
Thank you, sir. Sir, one last question is there. What are the types and examples for Nashya used in Pakshagata Chikitsa, sir?
What are the types and
examples for Nashya used in Pakshagata
Yes,
Chikitsa?
we are practicing many of the Pakshagatas where the Shuddhavata Pakshagata or Dhatu Pakshagata, in which we are using Kshirabala 101, the Nashikarma. Whereas in Ardita Pakshagata, the Vata Kafajana Pakshagata, some cases we are using Karvasta Tela. And where the patient is having more, we are using Anutela. But maximum, the benefit will be got by the Kshirabala and Dhanvajala, Nashikarma. It acts as Brahmana Chikisa.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I will mic over to Dr. Venkatesh Polampalli, sir, for a vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for your valuable and informative presentation, sir. It made us to recap our olden UG days, sir. Those are missing your class, sir. I thank you, sir, on behalf of our management, institution, and principal Das, sir, and all the teaching and non-teaching staff, sir.
Thank you.
I also extend my thanks to the backbone and initiator of our department as well as our institution, Dr. K.C. Das, sir. Thank you, sir. And also thank my department teachers, Dr. Joshi, sir, Dr. Ravi sir, Dr. Praveen sir, and all the teaching and non-teaching staff, UG student and PG scholars, their support. And also thanks to all the participants for their valuable presence. Thank you one and also. Thank you,
What
sir.
I would like to convey my sincere request is all the participants should have confidence on Ayurveda first. And don't
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
expect any result from any a single day, 2 days, 3 days. Ayurveda works very slowly and makes a good result. And what I would like to tell last thing is observation, because Ayurveda is an observation science. Go on observing, go on changing, go on making your invention and your applications, because not everything is not told in not it is to be told, it is to be observed and it is to be did. Then only we'll have a success in Ayurveda. Have a patience, have a confidence, have more the confidence on your science and as well as medicine. Then you will have definitely success in your future. You practice Ayurveda, they see Ayurveda, do Ayurveda, practice Ayurveda. Thank you, Nadal. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable contribution to the field of Ayurveda, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good night. Good evening. Sir, thanks, Srimata. Innemo kodala.
Yes, sir. Thank you, one and all.